So this is the beginning of my fairy garden. This all started as a house that was taken down when I moved in here about 5 years ago. And what was here was all this. This had been stuff that had been left here, the cement with a bunch of glass in here. And then all of this is 5 years of branches, and everything that fell down was all piled into different years in here. And then I was going to cut it up and burn it, but never got around to that. So this is what it is. I moved it all to the side, and I asked when I started for some help from the fairies, because this garden is for them. And it was very interesting what they did for me to give me the energy to do the work. So I'm just going to go through here and I'm going to show you what's going on here. So this is the entranceway. And some of this, all of this is planted, but I'm going to put rocks over in here, like what's here. And then plant a few more things over in this area. This is teepees for the morning glory. A big pond right here, eventually. And this is the corner where it started. I started putting everything in here and I didn't know where it was going to go to, and it just expanded. Working with nature and the nature spirits like this is less than easy probably for a landscaper, because it's go as you a little bit at a time, and they tell you what to do, and when you think you're running out of ideas or don't know where to go, sit down for a little bit and chill out, and they tell you again what to do and where to go, where to make this pathway. I had no idea, and I needed a bigger rock for where this big rock was. It came out of this hole, and so I started to dig after one of those times where I don't know where I'm going, and these rocks that fill the outside edge over here, I started on that over on this side and ran into a rock and started digging it out, and that's how big it turned out to be. And it's perfect for what it needed. And so this was going to be the fire pit area, but it's not going to anymore because we just dug up that other really nice fire pit. And I'm going to, with these beautiful columbines here, I'm going to do a bilimbow music for the fairies down here. They've asked me to come and play, and all the snapdragons. And this here stump was left here, and the ants have grown underneath it, so they have a home here. So yeah, I left it here for them, because that's what working with nature's all about. Even though it's just a stump, it's a home to somebody. So yeah, there's lots of work left to do. This is another garden where I started it. Over there was just around the bottom of the tree, away from the base, and just started dumping all the leaves and other stuff, just so I had a place to put it all. And yeah, so my lessons from the fairy garden today is, you know, when you ask for something, you do get it, and that was exactly what I received with the rock, and I didn't have to go very far or move it very far to get where it was. So another lesson that I learned from building this fairy garden is patience and perseverance, because I had to move all of that pile that's in the back. It was all wood from 5 years of being piled up into different piles, and I had to move it all aside, and then I had to cut up all the wood that was here, the big huge branches that had fallen down, and I cut them all up by hand and stacked them over on the other side of the property. And I started building all of this, and all these stones that are out here had to be dug up on the path, and somewhere where I planted the garden, I'd run into a lot of stones, sometimes big stones. So everything is a lot of patience to do all of this. And I'm now going to change it, because this big stone that's in the middle right there is where I did bilimbow healing today with the fairies and a friend of mine, and it's very powerful down in here. So I'm moving it again, and I'm going to change what's happening here. So yeah, that's the way it goes. When I was thinking about creating these videos, I had a plan of I would come up with these videos in a certain sequence, and emotional alchemy was the first thing that I was going to do. And as I was beginning these videos, it was very clear that Spirit wanted me to do something else. So I'm going to take that lesson in life, which I think we all should, and just go with the flow. And so I can't really say what I'm going to do on these videos. I know one thing for sure: I'm going to enjoy sharing my place and sharing some of the things I know about nature. And in all my videos, I want to share a flower, because there's so many neat flowers out here at Morningstar that while they're here in the summertime, I thought I would share them with you. So thank you. So this is my hummingbird Berenbow, and why I call it that is because when we were finished making it, Pepe handed it to me and I started playing it, and I hear this little beak, and I'm like, what is that? And I heard it again, and I looked around, and I looked up, and it was a little hummingbird, and he was coming to see what I was doing, and he would come in close, and then he would fly up, and then fly across the field and come back and come in a little bit closer. He did that at least 5 times that I watched him, and a couple of times before that. And then the last time he sat on a little branch before he took off. And so I feel like he come there and blessed my Berenbow, and I'm really honored, and I'm going to go play it in the fairy garden for you. So I hope you enjoy it as much as I do. So I just ask that you begin to breathe and bring energy up from Mother Earth as you are looking at the flower. And just keep bringing that energy up right into your heart chakra area, letting it expand, and then sending that golden energy back down to Mother Earth. So as you're looking at the flower, just keep bringing it in, expanding it, and sending it back down as you look into the flower.